When you have a line, okay, going to the left, does it ever stop? No. Going to the right, does it ever stop? All real numbers. Okay, your range. Going down, does it ever stop? No. Going up, does it ever stop? All real numbers. That's it. Is it a function? If you draw vertical lines through it, it hits once. Yes. Lastly, this one's weird. You have an open circle. That's exciting. Left to right. Where does it start? On the left side. -2. Goes to negative, starts at -2 on the left. We always go left to right, smallest to largest. And on the right side, it stops at, does stop at 5. It's not an arrow. So when you go to do this, because it is, so you'd have bracket at -2, parentheses at 5, since it's an open circle, you could write it in inequality notation, less than 5, greater than or equal to -2. Like that. The range, we already did the, okay, so this is a confusing one. Is it -1 or is it -2 that it starts at? I want the lowest it goes, so that is -2. So the lowest it goes is here at -2, and then I'm gonna write on the other side. It's getting confusing. There we go. And then it goes up. The highest it goes is 1. So you're kind of like boxing it in, so to speak. So basically, you ignore this point because it doesn't matter because it's not the lowest or the highest. And so it's got an open circle at -2. It's got a closed circle. I know it's weird. Closed circle at 1 because this acts as a closed point. When you just have a line drawn through it, it's only an open circle when it actually is an open circle. And so y values are between less than or equal to 1, greater than -2. No, you can pick one on your test. I'm doing both right now because I'd like you to learn both. Is it a function? Yes. Equations can be written as, like if I have y equals, then I can rewrite it as f of x equals 2x plus 7. So it's just another way to say y, or the output, where this guy, x, is the value that's given for x. So if I put something in that spot, I'm telling you I want you to input something in the x throughout the equation. Okay? The x is the input. Hello, there we go. The f of x is the output. F of x, remember, is just another way to say y, or the output value. So we're going to do an example here. Example, f of x is equal to 2x plus 7. You've probably done this before. Find f of -3. So you take a -3, and we'll try and color code today. We are putting -3 into that spot, so I'll write the rest of the equation. Not an x. Anywhere I see an x, I'm going to put -3. So here, it's telling me input a -3, so I put it in this spot, and you evaluate this guy, okay? There's no multiplication to do over here on the left. We're just gonna evaluate this part, and so you're gonna do 2 times -3. You should not need a calculator for this. That's -6. What do we get? 1. -6 plus 7. So you write your final answer like this. F of -3 is equal to 1. I prefer you to put your answer in function notation, because it's telling me when you input a -3, you output a 1. Okay, we got that because this is equal to 1. Just plugging in numbers, seeing what you get. All right, let's do number 9, then you'll do number 10. Number 9, please notice, is having you use G, which is, hello.
Hi, I'm turning in my check-in.
Okay. This one. So make sure you use that equation. Just put in the tray. Thanks, McKenna.
Yeah, thank you.
G of 3, so G of 3 in a second. So wherever you see an x, you're putting a 3. This is the quadratic here. Uh-oh, I did x. Parentheses. And so instead of 3, I'm going to put, or instead of x, I'm putting 3. Okay, remember, you're just evaluating this part over here. G of 3 is just a notation to say I'm plugging in 3 into this equation. All right, you can use a calculator and type all of this in at once, like this section, or you can use your brain, which is also good. That's what I'm going to do. 3 squared is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So that is 36 minus 1. That is 35. Okay, so G of 3 is 35. Can you please try number 10? Oh, pay attention. Did you notice what equation you're using? F, not G. So this time you're using this guy here, f of x, 2x minus 5. Okay, just make sure you catch that, so you have to erase it all. You should get, how do we feel about 3? Okay, f of 4 is 3. Neat. When I plug in 4, I get out a 3. Now, this last one, number 11, is where it gets weird. Because on number 11, you are inputting an expression and not just an integer, and so you are going to have an expression when you have an answer. It's not actually going to be a number, and so again, we're using f of x, so I'll do it in blue in a second. So f of x plus 1 is equal to 2 times that plus, is it plus 5 or minus 5? Oh, minus 5. Minus 5. Okay, where you have x, you're putting x plus 1. Remember, you were just evaluating the right side, trying to figure out what that's going to become. What do you think you should do? Distribute. Boop, boop. So this would become 2x plus 2. And now you do have some little like terms here. So of course you should combine those and get 2x minus 3. So when I plug in x plus 1, it changes a little bit and becomes 2x minus 3. Okay, there's your, that's as far as you can go. You're not going to get a single number. I give you f of x is equal to 34. Think about where should that go? Think substitution. You just finished up a unit on systems. Where does 34 go? In which spot? In this equation. F of x, because it's 34 is equal to f of x. So that's the spot it has to take, because I'm telling you to put it in that spot. Okay, so it goes there, and so you're going to rewrite it as 34 equals 3x plus 19, and solve. Because I gave you the output, now you're going backwards and finding the input. Outputs are y, inputs are x. Or f of x, x. Okay, so just solve the equation, subtract 19, I don't know what you get, 15? Divide by 3. You should have 5. Okay, x is equal to 5. You can also write it in function notation, so that means that f of 5 is 34. That is my favorite way for you to write your answer, because you're giving me the whole thing. When I input a 5, I output a 4. Or what you know is when I output a 34, I should input a 5. I have inputted a 5. Can you try the next one with your table? All right, you should have negative 62 equal to 3x plus 19. You subtract 19 and it gets more negative. What is it? Negative 81. You divide by 3 and have this. What's it 2? So again, my favorite way for you to write your answer would be in function notation. You already knew the output, but now you know the input that caused it. So f of negative 27 would get me negative 62. All right, you can flip it, and now we get to deal with graphs. I will do my best to not be confusing. But we are looking at these two graphs, and we're trying, again, I'm going to give you inputs or outputs, and you have to find the x or the y, right? So number 14 is f of 3. So what it's telling you is, all right, x is equal to 3. What is y? That's tiny. I'm sorry. You can't see that at all. Let's try that again. I forget that this does some weird stuff. X is equal to 3. That's what that's telling you. You need to figure out what y is. So we go on this graph, f, because this is f and that's g, on the left one, and I go to 3. And I follow it, down to the graph and get this point right here. So what point is that? That's 3, negative 6. I'm going to go ahead and write it down. 3, negative 6. So when I input a 3, I output a negative 6. That's my y value. Y's are the outputs. Okay, let's do this one in blue. This time I'm giving you x is negative 3. I'm not going to write it out again, but I will put a dash here. That's x is negative 3 over there. And it looks like the point is right there. So we'll plot a little point. It's helpful, I think, if you write the point down, but that's not your final answer. The final answer is like what f of negative 3 is equal to. So that's the point we're using. So what is f of negative 3? 0. Because when I'm at negative 3, my y value there is 0. All right, we're going to bop over this graph. G. So now we're doing g of 2. All right, your x value is 2. This is fun. Do you think I want the closed circle or the open circle? Closed, because closed is what counts. Open means it does not include that point. So we want this one, which is 2, 3. So when I input a 2 to the g, what do I get out? 3, my y value. When my x value is 2, my y value is 3. All right, now about negative 3. We get, so it's a solid line, which means it's a solid point. Negative 3, negative 4. When x is negative 3, what's y? Negative 4. I think you're tracking with me. Okay, and then the last one, can you do it on your own? Right there. Okay, you got it. You do have a closed circle right there. You should have this point pulled out, negative 2, negative 1, and so what g of negative 2 is what? Negative 1. It's what I plotted in green. It's kind of hard to see. Sorry. All right, now we get to go backwards. So same kind of thing. I gave you the input, you found the output. Now I'm going to give you the output, and you find the input. This will be fun. All right, where does f of x equal negative 3? So here's, okay, if you're curious. So this time I'm giving you the y. Where does y equal negative 3? 0. Okay, so you're going to go to negative 3, But this is the fun part, is it's not just 0. There's actually 2 points. You have a point right here and a point right here where it's at -3. So we're going to write down both points so you can see where I'm getting both my answers. So we have 0, -3, and 5, -3. Again, it's asking where does f of x equal -3, so you already have the output, you want the input. The answer then would be when x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 5. Both places. Because those are my x values here, 0, 5. Can you chat with your table about 20? Where does g of x equal 2? There's 2. It's that red dashed line. Where does that graph hit at 2? It doesn't. Okay, I think what Delta Math will say today is undefined, so we're going to do the same. So if you need to explain it, it's because it's nowhere. Where does it? Nowhere. It doesn't. As you can see, it's hitting nothing. All right, we'll do 21 together. You'll do 22. F of 1 plus f of 5. So I'm just asking, I'm giving you the inputs again. You find the outputs, but then you get to add them together when you're done. So fun. All right. F of 1. So I go to 1, and I follow it down. Where is f at 1? F of 1 is at -4. -4 plus, all right, f of 5. Don't think so. Is this point, f of 5. So you go to the x-axis at 5. It's -3. So -4 plus -3. What is that? -7. Can you see if you can, so this one is a combo f of 9 minus g of -5. So you're using both graphs. See if you can figure it out. All right. What I would like to do is you should have some Delta Math 5C. These graphing ones are particularly tricky, and so actually do get some practice, please.